Crime in Court. My name is Heather, and this is an update in the Sarah Boone case. This is the, they've been calling it the suitcase M trial. Can't say that word on YouTube, so apologies. And this is so it's Florida versus Sarah Boone is what we're talking about. Sarah Boone recently just came out with a new letter to the judge, and she is seeking a new attorney. We get to read her whole wanted ad. So we're gonna get to it. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button and let's begin. So this letter is uh, on the heels of finding out that she no longer is able to use counsel from the government. No longer will the government provide her legal counsel anymore because she's been through what, nine now, eight, nine? I can't even keep track. So they were like, you know what, trial set. I don't want to keep pushing it off because she had a habit of continually pushing it off, and the date kept continuing. So we do have a trial date. Um, I can't remember what it is. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on one second. All right, I can't find it. So the last thing I found was a May 13th trial, which obviously has come and gone. She has not gone to trial. So I don't know exactly if they have scheduled a new trial or not, or if it is pending, depending on, Sarah Boone representing herself in upcoming hearings and setting dates and scheduling and things like that. So I don't know if that's has to happen yet or not. But anyways, in the meantime, we have this for entertainment. And I'm sure she knew that going in, that this was going to be read everywhere and enjoyed by many. So it gets spicy right at the beginning. July 8th, she dated this, and it was filed July 18th. So just recently, which is why we're just getting it now. So July 8th, 2024, she writes honorable in quotes, meaning like Judge Cranick, you might not be so honorable. And this was weird too because she put case number and then in parentheses one on many sites, but then she gives the docket number. All right. So apparently she's number one on many websites when it comes to her case. All right. So Judge Cranick, where's my discovery? Uh, First of all, I want to apologize ahead of time because her handwriting and her sentence structure is very poor. So I'm going to read it as is, and I apologize ahead of time if things don't make sense because this is from Sarah Boone's brain. So I apologize. She also has bad writing, so it's hard to see what she's saying sometimes. So I've already gone through it once, but I may still struggle. I'm just letting you know. All right, so Judge Cranick, where's my discovery? I am still waiting for you to provide me with the contents of what former attorney Cashman supplied to you and the court at the surprise status hearing held in secret on 6/28/24 at 1:30 p.m. So there might have been a hearing for the attorney to make a case for her to bow out. I don't know. Not really sure what that secret surprise status hearing is, but whatever it is, it was a surprise to Sarah Boone, and she wasn't there, I don't think. Um, Cashman supplied to you and the court. Does she not realize that Judge Cranick is the court? Um, because she says Cashman supplied to you and the court at a surprise hearing. She could have just said to the court, and he would have known what that meant. All right, so your designated clock of unfair judgment ticks empty and is incessantly while waiting for you to deliver. As usual, it's in your favor. In your nonchalant, relaxed, unconcerned attitude of me to receive, you are robbing me of precious, life saving time to fully and properly defend myself, on top of my already and still being violated constitutional rights and being forced, capital all caps forced, to represent myself based on false information. So it's false that you basically just tore your attorney apart in public proceedings and letters. It's false that you told them they were disrespectful to you and you didn't like their attitude and all these things. It's false that that you did these things, because I don't think you've denied any of it. all the all the ways in which she's spoken about her attorneys in the past, and then she expects them to treat her with respect. It's unreal. It really is. All right, so I do not even know what is contained in said discovery after being withheld from seeing all to date, and for the first time in said surprise status hearing, along with my supposed digital evidence being produced by Cashman finally, after never being shown any of during her representation. Her response to me when I would ask to review was, "Your first attorney said he reviewed with you. That was over 4 years ago. You're my attorney now, and no, I did not. This is what I had to deal with. I have not seen it in its entirety and completely to date." So, because she hasn't seen her discovery in its entirety and completely to date, she's a little angry. She has been asking for it for a while, and she's been asking for a lot of things. All right, so please note, I do not have access to a computer to view these materials. Maybe she should have thought of that before she ran all of her attorneys off of her case. I am doing my very best to figure this and everything else out as I go in my newly unwanted, forced position of pro se, meaning she's representing herself. Please do not, r- what is it? Penalize. Oh, do not penalize me even greater than being already. I'm trying. So don't punish her anymore. She's trying her best. She doesn't have access to a computer. She can only do so much while she's in prison representing herself because she's being forced. Forced. She's the victim here. She's being forced to represent herself. Please know also, I am in an open bay dorm living with 63 other inmates. I need to figure out how to view anything securely. Whoa, my voice just like it didn't want to switch to the next syllable. Sorry about that. So I need to figure out how to view anything securely to avoid further exploitation and mean ignorance. So just mean ignorance from her fellow jailmates. There is no privacy or individual access in jail. So people can be mean to her in jail, or they could take that information to exploit it and use it some way. A lot of times that this is a big possibility that can happen in jail, where if an inmate gets their discovery or anything about their case, other inmates who are trying to seek out a deal with their prosecutor, they might say, "Hey, look, I know some things about this person. They confessed to me." And really, they didn't, but you only have the background information on the case, and now you know all the details because you have their discovery, or you saw it, or you stole it, or whatever that might be. Which is one of the reasons why Richard Allen, sorry, in Delphi was in one of, I can't remember what court filing it was, but in one of the court filings trying to seek a relief from where he was, seek like a emergency moving of him from, from one jail to, or from prison to jail is what they were trying to do, but he was eating his court documents, which is not unusual in prisons. Just saying. All right, so there is no privacy or individual access in jail. Now she writes to Cashman, her whatever attorney, I think it was eighth or ninth. Cashman, I'm glad I could help you shine in the courtroom in front of the judge by you professionally and finally bringing everything I've been asking for since day one and after I included you on my letter to the judge ensuring return, unlike you who did not include me on your motion to withdraw. Surprise! And I had to find out from someone else, an officer, 3 days before this surprise status hearing. So you would even know what to bring. Wow, this girl and her run on sentences. That's all I gotta say. Why didn't you bring to any of your 20 hours of meeting with me? As always, it's in everyone else's favor but mine. So she's bitching. Pardon my French. She's bitching because Cashman returned her discovery to the court when she tried to vacate this case. So Cashman wrote a motion to withdraw, which Sarah Boone was not on, probably due to the conflict of interest and didn't want her, um, to have the ability to object because, I mean, at that point, what's the point? She was just going to be combative just to be combative, and you know it. Or she might have been like, fine, I don't want her on my case anymore. And then you get, sorry, dog's walking. And then you get, or she potentially thinks she gets a new lawyer, but little did she know that the judge wasn't going to do that. All right, moving on. How much real time will I have to prepare and properly, especially the fact you have me doing and properly. Sorry, especially the fact you have me doing everything while incarcerated. So is this a ploy like you should let me out so I could represent myself better? What happens when more time must be utilized to discover where my lost discovery is? I've been asking for repeatedly. For depositions, to locate my witnesses, contact anyone via collect phone calls, that's a real hurdle. Wait to receive transcripts, any records, everything I need to finally build my defense. Or is your plan, Your Honor, to just leave me out to dry and in a hurricane? What? Leave her out to dry in a hurricane. It's a hurricane that you created, Miss Boone. You're the one that drove all your lawyers. Okay, to be fair, not all. Some had conflicts of interest. But out of 8 lawyers, you one should have been able to stick, you would think. Not really sure, but odds of 1. So your time constraints are extreme and unreasonable. Your decision to claim to have considered from your order is illogical and unfair, specifically that it has been malformed by your ignorance, inexperience of my case, misinterpretations, straight lies from the attorneys appointed. Um, Probably calling the judge ignorant and misinformed is probably and accusing the attorneys on top of it is probably not the best way to get the judge's favor. Just saying. So they are brazen to stand at your pulpit, sorry, they are brazen to stand at your pulpit in your courtroom and commit perjury to your face and the world. But yet, it's me. It is my belief, and from your order, that actions speak louder than words. The court is sabotaging me, forcing me, pressuring me, setting me up for failure. If any of the prior attorneys would have included, cared, collaborated during their time of representation, you will not be you not being brainwashed, impartial from believing everyone over me, and implementing your intricately misconstrued unfair order formulated from I would not be willing or I would not be writing yet another letter, would I? What? So the judge is brainwashed to believe everyone over Sarah Boone. And everything's just been intricately misconstrued and unfair for her in his order. Crazy, crazy how some people think this is how the world works. In the meantime, while your clock ticks ceaselessly and loud as I wait for you to deliver anything, even more fingers are noticed. What? Even more fingers are noticed. They really do point back, and I'm defending myself against your inaccurate, libelous I can write letters to order. Please, would you post my included document in your break room? Oh my God. She's saying the judge can write letters to order. Wow. Wherever you think it may be seen and understood, unlike me in your courtroom. So the judge is ignoring her. So she's like, put this letter in your break room or wherever you can see this. Right on top of that, Rose. All right, so how about by the copy machine where your JAs should have made me the news crews, court TV, professional YouTubers, and photographers, the world, a copy of the notice of hearing where all aforementioned improprieties occurred and then some, including the drop off at my case materials, said order being ordered, and me being pulled from my uniform to exit your courtroom. Hold on, my dog. Stop walking here. Yeah, okay. Including the drop off at my case materials, said order being ordered, and me being pulled by my uniform to exit your courtroom while still trying to speak and defend myself against all the mayhem and chaos, especially the surprise at even being there unprepared and without notice. Oh, wait. My posting everything supposedly is public record and there is no notice at all. Another, it's in your favor moment. It's a group effort. Saboteurs. She's calling them all saboteurs. You're all sabotaging my case. Surprise! I shall return. Nothing is impossible. Believe. Hopeful. Grateful. Waiting. Thank you for your posting, Sarah Boone. Please remember, please, Judge Kranick, fair, neutral, impartial, you must be always. Heart. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that is from the Bible. She's quoting Philippines or Philippians, whatever you want to say, Philippians 4:13. All right. This is her wanted ad for an attorney now because she doesn't want to be pro se. She wants someone to represent her. Do you think she's going to get any takers on this? Let's see how well she writes a wanted ad. All right, so inmate seeks attorney. I mean, it looks nice. She did a good job. Like she does have decent penmanship. It's hard to read with because it's so like bubbly, but it's decent. All right, so inmate who's that seeks attorney. Looking for a prosperous challenge? Ready for your close up on national television? Are you zealous with a side of keen? Show the world who you are with your original creativity, extraordinary expertise, and confident ingenuity. I mean, the girl knows a lot of words and she likes to show everybody that she likes to use them. That's one thing about her. Because remember in one letter, she was like, I'm a straight A student or something. Like, she likes to talk herself up, definitely. Um, but I will give her the fact that she knows a lot of words. She doesn't always know how to put them all together, but she knows a lot of words. Big words, too. All right, so qualifications must include, here's a lot of qualifications. Being trustworthy, honest, passion driven, open minded, exceptional problem solving skills, client inclusion at all times, team orientation, collaboration, because that's been her complaint a lot of the times is that these lawyers don't call or don't take her calls enough. But as we find out later from attorneys that leave her, they say there's no way I could have other clients and represent her at the same time based on the level of attention that Ms. Boone needs. So I don't know if there's going to be very many takers on this, but we'll see. All right, dedication. Oh, wait, extreme efficiency in listening, communicating, and understanding. I need you to listen to me and understand me because I'm going to tell you a lot of things on how to do my case, and you need to listen. You need to communicate with me. Dedication to success, possessing a winning mindset. Maybe that's in there because other attorneys have said, look, there's no way you're going to win this case. You need to just do a plea deal. And if that's true, that's too bad because she does have a right to trial. But if she is going to trial, all that, then um, they should still be representing her. But I think the problem is they're not representing her the way she wants, and she wants to be totally vindicated. She wants to act like she's the victim, and she wants to be vindicated of this, and she's a victim. So I think she wants her attorneys to act in that same manner, and maybe it's going beyond ethical bounds in my mind. That's probably why a lot of them are leaving. All right, so capability of excellence in representation, committed, maintaining faith in the client and case with the ability to think differently and overcome all obstacles. If any of these are you, then you should call Sarah Boone. Epic opportunity awaits. Orange County Corrections. There is her inmate number. Give her a invest in the oppressed. Believe. Like that. All right, so give Sarah Boone, if you're an attorney and can represent her in Florida, go for it. If you decide that that is what you want to do. This is just the envelope. So legal mail, Sarah Boone. I gotta flip it. It's fine. All right, so that's it. That's Sarah Boone's latest and greatest. We've all been looking for this. This was a fun one to read. Kind of interesting takes on some things. We knew she'd be upset. I didn't know she was going to put in a wanted ad in her letter. It's kind of genius, but I mean, I don't want to go to that extent that she's a genius. It's kind of smart to do, I guess. Since she knows everybody's reading these, it is kind of smart. I'm going to give her credit where it's due. She's not a great human being from all that I've seen, but you know what? She's also been in some, those were all police interviews, so I can't judge her completely on that. Um, or her letters, I guess. I would be willing to go into a trial and be open-minded as a juror in her case and give her the benefit of the doubt. I absolutely would, but I don't know that I would come to a not guilty verdict. But if there's evidence that shows that maybe she was battered and whatever, and somehow it was an accident, I don't know. I don't know how they can explain it away, but if they could explain it away somehow, I'm willing to listen and understand. Um, yeah. That's all I'll say on that. And that's how I like to go in on all of these cases. But once I start to learn the, the evidence, the facts in the cases, then it just, it turns me one way or another. But when you don't have all the evidence, and this hasn't gone to trial, and I mean, the only things that we have are the surveillance um, body cams and things like that. Hold on, dog movement again. Sorry. Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying now because dog interrupted. But anyways, I think it's interesting to read these letters. This one, like I said, was kind of fun to hear her sass back at the judge and Cashman. It's probably not a good idea to get uh, sassy with the judge. Probably not going to work well in her favor, especially if she's representing herself. It's probably not going to work out very well if she's representing herself and already starting off, before you get to court on a bad note with the judge. So maybe she just wants to think a little bit more about what she is putting out there. Although, like I said, I will give her credit. This is kind of interesting that she did that. So, what do you guys think about her letter? Do you think she's going to get any takers? Are you interested? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye now. If you've been impacted by a true crime and would like your story told in your own words, or if you or someone you know has been wrongfully convicted or accused of a crime, please write to crimeincourtchannel@gmail.com and tell us your real true crime encounters. Thanks for watching.